Hey, Scott from Reelistic Outdoors. We're down in Abbotsford at the Tradex for the 2018 BC Sportsman Show. Today we're going to go inside. There's a few of my heroes inside. We're going to try and get some interviews with them. There's some wicked new products on the market. We're going to try and get some spots on there and try and review some of the really new stuff that you guys are going to love. So keep tuned and hopefully we'll get some wicked stuff for you guys.
She just wants to flirt, so I flirt right back. I just put in work, yeah, I work like that. Got me falling and it hurts, yeah, it hurts so bad. All in and it's worth everything I have. I could feel the butterflies multiply every time I meet your eyes. Amplify deep inside once I feel your skin on mine. Though I try, I can't hide all the ways I feel inside. You're everything I want in life.
So we're here with Brendan Morrison. You might remember him from such shows as Winning Hockey Games, former Canucks and Calgary Flames, and now he's doing a fishing show called Real West Coast.
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
Oh, it's been great. We just finished up our first season last year, and now we're airing all those episodes this year, and trying to film a bit different of a fishing show in a sense that more of a travel / journey show, obviously highlighting fishing, but really making the viewers kind of take in or understand that it's more than just fishing. It's about the journey, it's about the adventure, and just taking in your surroundings when you are fishing.
That makes sense. And so out of the trips you've done this year, what's one that stands out the most in your mind?
Oh man, you know, we get spoiled traveling around in different spots, and you know, each fishery has something different that's unique. I mean, we were fortunate to be able to go to Hawaii this year and do a trip.
Nice.
We had a couple phenomenal trips up in the terrace, steelhead fishing, coho fishing, you know, and then the saltwater stuff.
You might recall, but it hasn't aired yet, we've had the opportunity to also fish with this gentleman, and we did some ice fishing. So
we did.
Just like the story you were saying, that try and tell a different story. How was that experience for you?
Well, that was the first time. I had ice fished previously, but more, you know, get out to a lake, auger a couple holes, you're there for a few hours and then you're gone. You know, our experience was great. I thought it was awesome. I mean, you really are immersing yourself into the whole adventure of ice fishing, where, you know, you're actually sleeping on the ice, right? You're making your meals out there, you know, you're finding ways to stay warm.
Well, you were.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, you're like, I don't know what's wrong with you. You had no gloves on. It was like minus 15.
Yeah.
But you know, it's unique, right? Like, and for me, not growing up in the Lower Mainland, not really having the opportunity locally here to ice fish because it doesn't get that cold, to be able to experience that was awesome. So,
where can guys catch your programs now?
Yeah, so right now we're on Check TV and Wild TV, and it looks like there's a very good chance we're going to be on WFN here coming up.
Nice.
Quick. So, and then
the Holy Grail.
Yeah, and then you know, we produce a lot of online content as well. So all of our trailers, all of our short clips, you can see immediately on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, which I think is great for you know, this kind of generation. They want to see
right now.
Right now. They don't want to wait. So you got a bit of the best of both worlds. You got the TV show and you got the social media. So
we'll put the links up below so you'll be able to click on them, go right to Brendan's stuff and see some real fishing, and check them out, man. These guys have a wicked show. So we'll see you again in another interview, and talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. So right now I'm using the new Abu Garcia Diplomat. It's new mooching reel for this year, for 2018, just released. We're out here demoing it, testing the drag on it, and this drag is smooth, and it's very easy to adjust on the go. It's actually a really smooth drag. This is actually quite an amazing reel. Oh, got him in. He's in the net. Look at my score, boys. Hey, Scott here again, and now we're in my favorite booth. This is my favorite part of the show. We're in the Pure Fishing booth, and we're talking with Gord Hill, who's the account manager of BC, and he has a product that you're gonna love. I have been just playing with this thing non-stop. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, it's new for Abu. They came out with a mooching reel. Finally, it's called the Diplomat. It's an old school name in the Abu series. This one here is about the same size arbor as your traditional trophies and islanders and that. This one does not have cork drag. It has a Duradrag system in it. It's a synthetic pad. There's less maintenance, no oiling, nothing to crush,
that's
nothing
nice.
to absorb water.
Right.
No line creep. And,
I hate that.
It also has a free spool on this one, which guys are liking.
You can get out a few extra
you just
yards.
Get it out. You can just leave your drag where it is, let it down, and then click it back on and go fishing.
Now, is this drag kind of really nicely adjustable, or?
Yeah, you can really fine it. It doesn't take a lot. Like I said, when I say no line creep, if you find it's creeping, you can let it creep. If you don't want it to creep, it's just a small adjustment without really affecting that drag pressure, and it will stop, and you will not have that problem.
And these are machined aluminum?
Machined aluminum, anodized, made in Korea. They're just great. The handles on them, I've been testing it out for a couple years now. I was worried with the round. I was really going for the paddle at first, but you know what? They're long, they're beveled just right, and I have no problems with cold wet hands holding on to that. And
nice.
They're actually as pleasantly surprised.
So these have been out for about 5 months now?
Yeah, they were sort of first on the market in October in stores.
What are they going to MSRP for?
The MSRP at about $429.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice and affordable.
Yeah, absolutely. They also built two rods to complement it, a 110.6 and a 1.9 foot, both medium heavies. Dynamite, Elkanite guide, slip buck rear end. They're a dynamite, my favorite rod bar none now.
So this is the rod.
It's called the Diplomat as well. It's really nice real seat on it to match, to go with that nice red and black. As I was saying, the slip back end on it, which is good for in the rod holders. Cork gets chewed up in rod holders. It's pain in the ass sometimes when you got a big load on there trying to get it up. And
that's right. It's stuck.
This here, one hand, I can get it out of that rod holder and be on the fish.
That's nice.
They did a really good job on this. I'm super proud of it.
And what are they going to MSRP for?
These are MSRP for $169.99 roughly.
So that's a pretty amazing combo.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks very much, Gordon.
Anytime, Scott.
I'm here with Don Freshy. We're at the Abbotsford Tradex, and I heard a rumor that some wicked stuff is happening with your show, and I just want to find out if it's true. What's going on?
We got some cool things going on. You know, this year we're really pushing for the female side of things, right? So we're actually bringing in a female co-host. We're actually looking at some youth co-hosts. We had an overwhelming number of entries. It was just insane. We created a monster essentially. We thought we'd get a few, and we got a ton. So we interviewed the top 8, which was phenomenal for the women, top 8 for the youth. And you know what's made it so tough that what we're going to do is film with everybody. They're so good, we decided this weekend we're going to film with everyone.
So you're going to keep them all?
We're going to keep them all because they're so good. And then you know what? We'll narrow it down and let the fans decide.
So you'll have kind of a fan contest?
Yeah, I think what we'll do is give out little snippets, film with them, film shows with all of them this year, and then give out little Facebook snippets and see who everybody likes.
Wow.
Why should we decide?
That's right. You know, actually the viewers are the most important. You guys out there always make the decisions for us. So once you get this whittled down and you have the final pick, then what's going to change for you guys?
We're being the young guys we are.
We're just whippersnappers.
We'll hang in there for a few more years, but succession planning, it's like any business, right? We have to succession plan in the youth and the female side, and somebody's going to shine. Somebody's going to come forward, and then, Dale, Brian, and I, it's not that we're going away, but we'll just, we'll kind of step back a bit and let them take over.
Sure. Yeah. I noticed in probably the last 3 or 4 years, the female anglers have really come out of the woodwork, and they're starting to produce a lot more gear for them. Have you noticed anything different like that?
Oh yeah, well, you get the nice beautiful pink reels now. You're actually getting waders that fit.
That's right.
Right? They fit a woman. They're really tailoring to that. And the female anglers, oh my God, I'm gonna I don't want to bring them on because they're so good. Some of
I
them.
know we're going to be upstaged like crazy.
Totally, but I don't mind that. I'm going to learn some stuff, and that's what I'm all about. I want to learn too.
Yeah, this is a never-ending circle of learning.
Yeah.
Anything else any secrets coming on? Anything you want?
We got some pretty cool flies we're going to use this year. We always got some custom patterns coming out, some new stuff. It's pretty cool.
We're going to keep a link on the bottom for Sport Fishing on the Fly. So if you want to get hold of Don on his Facebook, or you want to see any of the upcoming stuff, please like his Facebook page and go check out what he's doing, and watch out for the new anglers.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Scott.
All right.
Cool.
We're here with Joanne, and we're at the Garmin booth, and we're at the Sportsman show for 2018, and she's going to show us something totally awesome today. So what do you got for us?
Well, we have our new EchoMap Plus series. Comes in a 4, 6, 7, 9-inch screen size, so it gives a lot of offerings for customers out there as well. So what's new with the EchoMap Plus series this year in the 7 and 9-inch screen sizes is the touchscreen capability with our key to assist. So what's really nice with that is if, say, you're in a situation, you're out fishing for the day, you've decided that you don't want to be pinching and zooming and touching your screen, getting your screen all dirty, you can actually zoom in and out with your nice little hotkeys there.
No more slimy screens.
No, exactly. What's really nice with the hotkeys, it's like your car radio, where you can program and then push the button and it automatically pulls up that radio station for you, right? So say your fishing chart is a chart that you use all the time, so you can actually just press and hold that 1. Now that's saved to that shortcut key number 1. So in our sonar, because all of these units are built in with sonar as well, right? So your fish finder, you've got your traditional chirp sonar, your clear view imaging, giving you more of a picture-like image of what that sonar, the bottom is looking like. You know, any logs or stumps or structure that you're looking for while you're fishing. You have also your side imaging, so our side view sonar, so what you're seeing out to the side of the boat as you're passing over, so any structure that way as well.
That's nice.
So for instance, say our traditional sonar screen is one that we use often. We can preset that as our hotkey number 2. So now when I press my 1, it'll automatically pull up my fishing chart for me. It's a really quick access to 4 of our menus in our screen there.
That's pretty quick to program too.
Yeah, it's great. How about if I show you a little bit of how easy it is to actually create your own custom page on the menu. So if we go into our combos, we can go into customize, add a new combo, and it gives us some layouts that we can choose from. So say for instance, we like that layout and we want to use that. Click on that. Say, let's put our fishing chart into that first spot. The second spot, let's put our sonar, our traditional sonar. And in our third little spot there, let's put our sonar and side view, for instance.
Oh, wow.
So now I've customized and created my own custom page. I can also now edit how I want my splits. So say for instance, okay, I really like the way that's sitting there. Perfect, that's good to go. Done. It's going to ask me to give it a name, and then I've got that saved now. So when I go into my combos, that combo number 7 that I just made, there
Brilliant.
It is.
That was easy.
So it's a really awesome little thing there. So it's really nice. We also have a frequently used section. So again, screens that we use very often that are maybe we don't want to be using our preset buttons, we can just press and hold or open up our charts and press and hold one, and it'll automatically save it to my frequently used section. So now everything's in one spot. So I don't have to go into my sonar page and into my charts page in order to find what I'm looking for.
Now for old school ice fishermen, I understand there's a flasher.
There is.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Okay.
So with our sonar, we've also got a flasher.
There it is.
So we can get out on the ice with that.
That'll make us happy. So we could mount this on our sleds or our quads and use this out in the bush for both GPS mapping and ice fishing.
Yeah, so now another really nice thing about these units is with the SD card slot, because we partner with the Backroad Maps company,
Nice.
Backroad Map Books, their mapping comes in digital form. They also work, and now you can have all your backcountry maps on there as well too.
Now we'll even have the maps of the back roads and the lakes. We're good to go.
Comes preloaded with 13,500 lakes all across Canada in these units.
13,500.
Exactly, and then you also have your SD card slot to add all of your coastal charts as well too, for anywhere in the world.
That's amazing. Well, thanks very much, Joanne.
Welcome.
All right, have a good one.
Time.
Okay, we're here down at the Sportsman Show 2018. Found JP DeRose. I'm just going to be honest with you, he's one of my man crushes from years gone by. I've followed just about every show he's ever done. In fact, the iCast stuff he used to do was one of the reasons I'm doing this today.
Cool.
I really liked it. We learned a lot all the time. But what I wanted to talk to you today about is your new show, Breaking Boundaries.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Tell us what it's all about.
You know what? Breaking Boundaries is basically, it was my bucket list brought to life. And it gives me an opportunity to go into different fisheries, try for different species. But most importantly, I'm a bass fisherman by nature. Take what I know from bass fishing and see if I can apply it all over the world in different areas, catching different species of fish. So I'm very fortunate that I get to do that. We're actually rolling into season 5. I leave right after the show. I head down to Panama and we're going to start shooting season 5.
Do you need anybody to keep your reel shiny?
I've got a full crew of guys who are willing to get into a luggage for this trip.
Just throw it out there. Have you found that your bass techniques have been really useful in other species?
You know what I've learned? And not to go through them all, but yeah, like Guatemala, Panama, Alaska, BC.
Name dropper.
All these places, fishing is fishing. And that's what I try to explain to people. It doesn't matter if you're a bass fisherman or you're a steelhead fisherman or you're a sturgeon guy. Fishing, the fundamentals of fishing always remain the same. They're always the same. The principles between fighting a fish, the principles between matching bait to catch fish, it's all the same. You just have to understand your gear. So yeah, bass fishing in fact, in some fisheries, it's actually, I've done stuff that they've never seen in that fishery because of bass fishing, and it's such a variety of techniques we use.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We try and do some stuff where people are like, you can't use that here. That doesn't work here. And we're like...
That's a dare to me.
Yeah, that's like, I'm going to show you what I'm catching with that thing you said.
Yeah.
It's totally true. So the market's been changing a lot for consumer-based.
Yep.
How's that been affecting you?
Well, it's not so much that it affects me, but what we're seeing, especially here, we're in the Shimano booth, right? So this is a trade show environment where in the past, consumers would come to see the new, latest, and greatest. The market has changed because the internet has really filled in a lot of what people used to come to places like this to see the new Stella, or to see a new bait cast reel, or to talk about a new rod. We're finding consumers are coming in better educated than they ever have.
Absolutely.
Okay, so guys don't come in now to learn about a reel, they come in to touch and feel the reel. That's what it's about. They know how many ball bearings and how many inches of line per handle turn and how many sizes and the price of it. They got it all.
That's amazing.
Before they step in the door. But they're coming to actually physically feel it. And so our interaction, there's less onus on us as field staffers to explain the product.
Right.
It's more to put it in their hands and let them experience it.
Feeling and emotion when you have a gear in your hand makes a big difference. You can read about it all day long, but until you feel it, you have no idea what it's like.
Fishing.
Absolutely.
And that's why I tell people, the best way I get questions all the time. People say, how do you get good at fishing? And the analogy one of my good friends in Key West said is it's heavy expenditure of fuel, which basically means it's time on the water.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, time on the water. You can read all you want about fishing. You can watch every fishing show until you physically experience and then learn how to put the pieces together. You need to do it.
One of my quotes on my Facebook page, it says, people ask me all the time how to catch more fish, and I tell them you got to fish more often.
Yep.
And you're absolutely right. Yep. Thanks very much, JP. Good luck in Panama. All right, thank you very much.
You guys are awesome. Who here understands the difference between power and action in a fishing rod? Anybody? It took me a while to learn it. I learned it because I work with a technology company. Power is basically the amount of force it takes to move an object. Okay, if you're a big object, I need more power to move you. If you're a small object, I need less power to move you. In fishing rods, this is the chart of power. Okay, so basically there's ultralight, medium light, or light, medium, medium heavy, heavy, extra heavy, double X heavy. The way I explain to people is, and you look, every rod is rated that way. This is a medium power rod. The rod you pick should match the species of fish you're fishing for. The bigger the fish, the heavier the power. The smaller the fish, the lighter the power. It's pretty simple.
Okay, so we're back down at Tradex. We found some awesome stuff to look at today. And one of them that's really wicked important that I want you guys to pay attention to and have a look at is Walters Cove Resort. So we're with Terry Schultz, and he's got a different business model, I understand. Is that true?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we've decided to do as a fishing lodge, for one, is only to open during the peak season of the fishing season, of the salmon runs.
Okay.
I've been in the business a long time, and I've worked for several lodges that'll open during shoulder seasons and offer discounted prices because it's kind of a roll of the dice,
right.
You know, whether you're going to have fish coming through and they're migrating fish, which is what the salmon are. So we've decided that we're only opening during the peak of the salmon run. So we run a very short season. We run July and August only.
Oh, wow.
And you know, interesting thing, we're owned by the local First Nations. We're owned by the Cayuga Checklisset First Nations, and so we hire predominantly all local staff.
Okay.
Our guides have grown up in the area. They've fished the area their whole life.
They're in the know.
Yeah, they're in the know. A lot of them have commercial fished in the past and sport fished their whole life and sustenance fish. So it's great. I mean, like, the guys know the water like the back of their hands.
Absolutely.
You know, they don't even have to refer to their GPS in the fog to kind of get you back if there's a foggy day out there.
That's wicked.
But we concentrate a lot on the whole experience. You know, we kind of take the emphasis off of, you know, fishing for that big fish and filling your freezer, and we put the emphasis on the whole experience and providing memories that'll last a lifetime.
Nice.
So we do some cool things like because we're small, we only take 14 to 16 guests at a time.
Okay.
We do some cool things like we take all our guests out to the beach one night. Weather permitting, of course.
Sure.
And we do a full-on 3-course meal on the beach with
Wow.
hot towels and wine service, and prepare traditionally cooked smoked salmon in the traditional way that the Cayuga people have done it for thousands of years on cedar sticks over an open fire. And
I'm hungry.
yeah.
So one of the questions that comes up a lot is, so I've caught all this salmon. How do I get it home? Like, what's the process for processing?
Right, well, we have a provincial processing license which allows us to process sport caught fish. So what we do with your fish when you come back at the end of the day, of course we hang them on the scale and get your photos.
Nice.
and then we'll take them, and within minutes of them arriving at the dock, we have them in our processing area, and we'll fillet them all. We'll cut the fillets into pieces, individually vac pack each piece, and freeze it so it's into the freezer within, you know, minutes of arriving back at the lodge.
So again, just to follow up, what's the best time or the only time that you're running?
Yeah, we only open during the peak of the salmon runs through there, so that's July and August.
July and August.
Yeah.
So you want to probably get yourself in there. This sounds like one of the best lodges you could possibly be at. So maybe give Terry a call. We'll have his number down below, and you can contact him. And sounds like a trip of a lifetime. Thanks very much, Terry.
Hey, thanks, Scott. It's a pleasure.
We catch and release everything.
We did. I got a few with 8 pounds left here.
Man, we've been walking around and we've been looking for one of the coolest products at the show, and we've been saving it for the last because we needed time to talk about it. And what I found was the boat tote, and Ty's here to talk about it. And so who are you with this company, Ty?
Boat Tote, and we're a Canadian company. This is our first trade show, and we have an all-new product that's never been done before.
And so tell me a little bit about it. What's going to make my life easy about this?
So what we have is a tote, plastic tote, that drops onto the gunnel of your small aluminum boat or canoe. And you can clamp it down. It has a rod holder that works on either side, totally rotatable, locked into position.
Oh, sweet.
And off you go. You're trolling. Has foam pads in the sides to attach lures and flies to. Holds all kinds of beverages. As well, it makes a great surface to mount a fish finder to.
Oh, that's a great spot.
Yeah. So that's our product. 100% made in Canada.
And there's different versions of this?
There is. This is the regular, our flagship model.
And what would this MSRP at?
This is MSRP of $119. Yeah.
Wow, that is
We've worked
very
really
inexpensive.
hard to keep it a made in Canada and affordable product, and that's the result. This
Good
is
job.
Another one, our Mini, which is very popular. It's a lower price point, a little bit lighter, and takes up less room, but still serves all the same functions of holding your beverages, and it comes with a rod holder as well.
And what is this actually made out of?
This is called high density polyethylene, and it's made at a factory in Ontario.
Okay.
And we CNC router everything and assemble it in Princeton, BC. And it will last you a long time. Very robust, and it's a great outdoor product, and it floats.
Stop it.
Yes.
So what's this unit?
This is what we call the work surface. So it attaches onto the regular boat tote.
So that attaches right up on top of this?
It does. It's a single thumb screw underneath that you tighten in place.
Okay.
And it provides you with a work surface to do things like cutting fish. I've got a hibachi barbecue that I put on top. And this is an accessory arm. So really it's a one of our normal rod holders with an arm that allows you to put tools in, such as your knives, pliers, and stuff, and it's super handy and popular.
So this tote arm is an accessory that you sell as well?
It's an upgrade, yeah.
Okay, and what is this worth?
This is worth $24.99.
Okay, and I can see it being very useful, especially if you got a barbecue going on here or something.
Exactly, utensils.
Little Coleman stove or something for cooking.
Yeah.
Great. And then the rod holder just sticks off of that, so you're not losing your actual rod holder.
Exactly, you can keep fishing with the unit on top.
That's where your TV and VCR go if you're...
And your laptop.
And the laptop. If you're busy not catching fish. I don't understand that, but sure. So for my choice, this is the 5-star best product at the show that I found that's going to actually make your life easier, and I bet you haven't seen one. And that's why I was here today, to help you find stuff like this. So this boat tote, you can find it online. Just look underneath here at the link we're going to leave you. And
we have several private dealer stores all across BC as well.
And I'm sure they'll be increasing soon once they start seeing this. Thanks very much, Ty.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
It's been a great show here at the Tradex 2018 at the Sportsman Show. This Abbotsford show has been phenomenal for a lot of new products. I hope you get a chance to come down and see it next year. But for now, try out some of the new products and some of the sponsors that we're showing you the links of, and get out there and do some fishing. From Reelistic Outdoors, I'm Scott Stewart.